Hey guys, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I have another order and I think it's a surprise. And so I don't want to mention names because I think it's a Christmas gift again. And this is going to be published prior to Christmas, so I won't mention names. If she orders after Christmas, then I'll start giving them a shout out. But you know who you are because you can clearly see what I'm making. So she wanted a cross, and this is the only one that I have. And inside of it says blessed, and that's kind of inlaid in there. So this is a two-step process. And then she wanted a holographic bookmark, a couple of pendants, and since she likes crosses, I know I'll probably have extra. I grabbed my other cross mold, and we'll give her a few freebies in this little order that she ordered. So her colors today are going to be pink and opal colors. So she said pink and white, but she loves glitter. She also wanted some marbling done with the blue and the white. So this is my Heaven mixture. This is a custom mix that I made, and it's a chunky and a fine and a medium all in one. So we're going to be using that one. This is my Unicorn Art, and this one is called Blush. This is the mica powder that she chose. She had seen it in a prior video, so this is the one we're going to be using for that. So the first thing I'm going to do to start getting ready is to get this lettering in. And I always do that in resin, and then I let that set before I actually pour the cross. So I think what I'm going to do, I haven't gotten the final confirmation by text yet, so I hope I'm doing what she really wants me to do. I think I'm going to do the letters in pink, this pink here, and then glitter for the cross, or maybe, I'm not sure. I have time to worry about that. But I just want to mention this cross mold, this particular cross mold. It is a matte finish here other than the letters. So the letters come out shiny, the cross does not. So anytime I pour it, I always have to do a top coat when it's pulled out of the mold. I have to top coat it to make whatever the other color is to shine again. So being that it's going to be glitter, most likely, it definitely is going to need a top coat. It's going to look terrible when it actually comes out of the mold. So warning, just a warning, when I pull it out, don't like all gasp like it's horrible, because I know it's horrible. It'll be great when we're done though. So let me get some resin mixed up, some gloves put on, and we'll get started. So I decided this time to try the UV resin in the Word so I don't have to wait overnight. So I grabbed my UV resin and the mica powder. So because I use mica powder when I make rings in UV resin, so I don't see why this won't cure. So we're definitely going to try it. Sometimes it's a hit or miss on how opaque you make the color. So I'm just gonna mix this up in here. I do need to get a smaller dotting tool because this goes in this lettering. I do it one drop at a time because it's pretty thin. Let me grab a piece of tape. I need to get that glitter out. Or yeah, I'm gonna need, no, did I get it? I don't want any glitter where I don't want it. I think I got it. So I just mixed up a little bit of UV resin. I'm taking my dotting tool and I'm basically going to just fill it in one drop at a time. And then we will get it cured under the UV light that I have from Let's Resin, the new one that they have, the double-sided one. That way it'll cure from the top and the bottom at the same time. So I will go ahead and fast forward already in the beginning of this video because this is going to take me quite some time and I don't think you want my company that entire time. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. extra pink mixed up because I remixed them for the blessed word. I'm going to mix up the glitter, and we're going to do UV resin pendants today. I didn't plan on doing that, but I will do that. I mean, the marble ones cannot be UV resin. That has to be regular resin, which is fine. I planned on doing that anyway, but since I have extra pink, I'm not going to waste it. So I just took some of my glitter, put it in this resin, and I'm just going to kind of do a few of these, whatever fits. I'm going to kind of do maybe half and half. It's enough to do at least one pendant. And then we're going to put some of this up here before it goes up there. Just make sure you kind of go around that little clasp opening, because if bubbles like to get stuck there, put it that way, if you don't go around it. So I'm just going to kind of maneuver this. And I think actually, yeah, put a little more in here. There's not enough pink to fill it up, but I will put a doming coat on once this is cured. I can scrape a little more out, I see. But I do like to put clear coats on them anyway. So let's just see if I can, not such a harsh line of glitter. I'm just gonna kind of coax it down in there a little bit. And then I'm gonna throw it in the UV light and come right back. I guess since I have this little bit left, I'm gonna make another one. There is no waste in this house. Again, go around that little clasp. If I have a problem anywhere on a pendant, that's where it is, because I'm too lazy to grab a tool and go around it, and then I'm kicking myself. So now I always go around it. Little bubbles get trapped there, and then you can't attach your clasp to it right there. So I'm just going to clean up the edges here so I don't have to trim them. Now I will grab a lighter just in case there's bubbles. You're probably not going to see them on there anyway, but you won't damage your mold with a lighter. I mean, most likely you're not going to see any in glitter. Okay, now I'm going to transfer it to the light, and then we'll unmold these two. Actually, I might put a clear coat on that before I unmold it. All right, they're both cured and ready for the next step. So this is my 4-hour fast cure. It's a thicker resin, so it does get a lot of bubbles, but it doesn't matter because, again, when you fill it with glitter, you're not going to see the bubbles. And I want it to cure fast, and I'm also going to help the curing process with my heat mat or possibly my curing machine, one or the other. So I am going to just dump this heavy of glitter. I mixed up 3 ounces for the cross, and I'm sure it takes more than that, but I don't ever fill it completely thick because that's a really thick cross, and I don't see any reason why you would need it that thick. But here is this one. I think I'll put a little more in. I know it doesn't look like I need more, but it's a chunky glitter and it will sink, but it should be okay. It should be okay all the way through. So I'm just going to get this in there, and then I'm going to top coat those 2 pendants with some UV resin, and we'll get those unmolded, and then we'll move on to the rest of her items. This is going to be so pretty, but remember, when I take it out of the mold, it is not going to be good looking until I top coat it. So I think that's, well, I'll just put it in. Why not? This thing probably holds 5 ounces, I'm gonna guess. But there's no way you would need one that thick. I don't know why you would need one that thick. So I'm just going to clean off my stick so it doesn't start drying on me. And then I will get these pendants done. Spray it with some alcohol because there are some bubbles on the back. But it should be good. I'm just gonna set this aside. Take this UV resin. I'm just gonna go and dome around all the pendant on both of them, and then just take your dotting tool and get it to all the edges. You may need to trim it after the fact, but that's okay. We can trim. And then I'll do the same thing to this one. Even though this is the back, you don't want the backs to be like sharp or anything. Then I will stick it back under this UV light as I mix some more resin for the next stuff. These just came out. I had them in for 3 minutes, I think. So let's pull them out and see what they look like. There's the one, which this needs cured on the other side because of the mica powders. Here's the other. And I think I will, well, I'm going to trim this one and I'm going to dome them again. I'm going to dome this one the best that I can and get them back under the light. Anytime you use deep colors like this, that's what I'm afraid of. That's what happens. So let me grab a knife, get this one fixed up first. Whoops. This UV resin, it gets really, really hard, especially a couple minutes under the light. So I may take some sandpaper, and if it can't be salvaged, it's okay because it was just extra anyway. But yeah, this stuff gets so hard under that light. And if you go outside, oh my gosh, you barely can trim it. If you go outside and actually use the sunlight, it is really, really hard. All right, so I'm going to dome these. I'm going to trim this one. Let me find. This just brings out the sparkle too, if you can add a clear coat to them. It just makes the glitter look really pretty. And then if you go over this little hole that I'm going over right now, I have a little tiny drill for jewelry. I'll just go through the drill bit through it so I can open up that hole. But if you can go around the hole, you can do that too. This one I'm not so sure about. It's got a rounded edge. I'm going to try it. But again, it's extra, so I'm not going to feel horrible if it doesn't work. Generally, you can just wipe it with your hand. Because of these rounded edges. And it still should be fine. I've done this before as well. So this UV light comes apart and you can use just the top half if you want to. So that's what I'm going to do here. Oops. I'm just going to put a little bit more. Then get that light over it. So the top half comes off and I'll just put that on top. Now I'm going to work on the marbling, and I've got 1 ounce of the same fast cure mixed up. And that'll do 1 bookmark and probably 1 pendant. So I'm going to use my white Cast and Craft. You can use any white pigment that you have. I have all different kinds. I'm just going to use this one because I haven't used it for a while. So you're just going to get your white nice and opaque so you can't see the stick. And then you're going to take your blue. Let me just wipe my hands first because I've got white all over them now. Excuse my dog in the background. My husband's not here to tell him to be quiet. All right, so this is mixed up. Now to get the marbling, oh man, now it's in my mold. Sorry guys, I don't want that in there. Okay, that's better. Take your blue, whatever color you have. I think Cast and Craft works the best. I haven't ventured out to find out if anything else works. A pigment needs to, it can't be an alcohol ink, I could tell you that right now. It's got to be a nice deep pigment. I'm just going to drop 2 drops in. I'm going to stir it, just to barely stir it. And then I'm going to pour. And if you find that you need more blue or whatever color you chose, then just pour in or drip in another dot or 2. I'm going to stir it again. And I'm going to pour it in one of these pendants. 1 or 2. I might get 2 out of this. And I have enough for another one. Let's do this one. Just take your dotting tool and go around the edge. You don't want any bubbles. I still have a little left. I can make another one. Let's see, what do we got here? Well, let's do this one. I did not think I would get that many. So that's good. This was literally 1 ounce of resin. Let me spray these with alcohol while I wait. Pop these bubbles. Let's do this one. Perfect. That looks great. There's hardly anything left in there now. So you can even use your lighter, since I have it out, since I don't like to torch these things. Pop some bubbles. You could go right onto the resin. It's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to hurt the mold. And then, let's see, let me show you the pendants. Here's the two pendants. Now this one didn't come out perfect, but I'm not going to stress about it since it was just leftovers. I'm not going to charge her for it. But I put a little clip on the top, a pinch bail. That's the front. Here's the back. It's about the same thing. And now I'm just going to turn this curing mat on and let it run for an hour or two. Come back and check it and see where we're at. And then we're going to put a decal on the back of this bookmark here. So I decided at the last minute, I was putting everything away. I'm going to take the mica powder and the glitter, and I'm going to make her one more bookmark. So I'm just going to kind of randomly drizzle it all over the bookmark and then pour the rest in with glitter. Hopefully this idea works. And then I'll just fill the rest in with the other mica powder on the back. These are holographic on the front side, so we will put the lettering on the back side because you can't top coat holographic or you will lose it. So you definitely have to, if you're going to put something on there like a decal, unless you're not going to top coat it, then I wouldn't top coat that side or you'll lose the holographics. I do have the heat mat on. I am going to cover it up. Oh no, I just got it in my marbling. There we go. Saved! Whew! Okay, thank God. All right. Spray it, bubbles out. Now I'm done till it's cured. All right, for sake of time, I did demold everything. This is kind of a long video because I'm doing more than one thing. I know some of you don't mind, and that's awesome. But let me show you what I did. So this was the first bookmark I poured, and because I let it pour so drizzly, I hated it, and it came out drizzly. The holographic is there, but I don't like it at all. So I got rid of that one. I re-poured it, which gave me another pendant. But this one came out much more marbly than the first one. So that's the one I'm going to use. And then here's the pink one, which came out really pretty. I'm just waiting for confirmation on what she wanted written on the back, so I'm going to use my Cricut and cut out some vinyl for the backs of those and get those recovered. Here are the pendants. Now these three I did not top coat because they are curved and I didn't want to ruin them. So they look just fine. And I put the little pinch bails on them. So they are just, they're shiny. They're still shiny. I just didn't put the top coat on them. So those are those three. And then these two I did top coat because they were flat. This one does not come with a hole in it, so the necklace will actually go through that opening. So those are those two. And now I'm getting ready to do the top coat on the cross. Now remember, the top is not going to be good. Here it is. The word came out great. There's no bubbles in it at all. So I'm really happy to see that I can do UV resin with mica in there, because I used to do regular resin in there and let it cure overnight. That was before I had heating mats and curing machines, and then I would do the rest. So now this can get done in one day. So now the glitter I need to stand back out. So I'm going to mix up some clear resin and get this top coated, which is tricky because it is raised. That is raised. So you got to be careful. You can tape up the sides if you want to. I'm not going to. I'm pretty good at top coating, so I'm not going to worry about it dripping. Now that I said that, I'll probably have a problem. So hopefully I don't have to eat my words. So let me get some resin mixed up, and I'm going to get this top coated and wait for the answer on the back of the bookmarks. I always prop it up on something in case it does drip over. It won't adhere and like have a flat layer on the back. So I've just mixed up a little bit of my fast cure resin because it'll be fast and it's thick. So the thick stuff works a lot better to stay in place. I'm just going to go a little bit at a time, get it to the edges, and it'll bring it back to life. Get all that glitter shining again. And I will fast forward this for you as I usually do because this will take long. I don't want to like rush, so I'm just going to take my time. But for you, it will only be a couple seconds. All right, see how pretty that came back to life? Now I'm just going to torch the bubbles and let it sit. I'll probably like put it in the curing machine once it gels up a little bit where I can move it without spilling it and where it can sit without like not worrying about it going over the edges. So maybe in like an hour, I'm going to move it over. But doesn't that look so pretty? All right, be right back. All right, this should be the last thing for this order. Now, I did put the cross into the tray. I have not put it in the curing machine yet. I'm going to now. I got what she wanted on the two bookmarks. So this one is the pink one. And this one is the blue one, the marble one. And a tip when you are doing small wording, especially this tiny, pick a bold font. This is the third one I had to cut because the first font was too small and you could not weed it and get it all off, and I was missing letters. Then I did this one and I screwed up one letter by myself, so this is the third try. So be very aware of what font you're using when you're putting it on something so small. Now I took the rest of the leftover top coat and I made her a little stand that she mentioned she would like. So I just mixed up the same pink mica powder and I made her the stand. So I just took my 4-hour fast cure again, and I'm just going to top coat these two really quick. And then I'm going to put everything in the curing machine, and that will be the end of this order. And yeah, that would be it for today. So I will show you the final product. I hope you enjoyed her little order today. I had fun doing it. I love getting your guys' orders and seeing what you all are interested in. So I will fast forward this. It's the same thing, just a different piece. I'm just going to top coat it and be right back. This is it. Everything's cured and finished, so I figured I'd come back, show you real quick before I give you the close-up pictures. So here is the final cross. Everything is super sparkly now. Beautiful. I absolutely love it. And you can stand this one up if you wanted to. It is a decent thickness. So that is the cross. Here's a little stand that she wanted in the pink mica powder. So she could use that. These have been top coated and dried. And remember, this side is holographic, so it's basically double-sided at this point. And this one as well. And then you've got your freebies and all the other marble ones that she wanted. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will see you back again tomorrow on the next one. You guys all have a blessed day. Stay tuned for the final photos.